dreading the "How are you? How's your mom or dad?" questions from friends because you don't know how to share caregiving reality without bringing down the entire mood? You're not broken for feeling isolated, and you don't have to give into loneliness during the season. Welcome to the Mindful Midlife Mom, helping mentally exhausted moms carrying the weight of raising kids and aging parents find calm in the chaos and reclaim themselves while caring for everyone else. I'm your host, Valerie Mecki, a mom of two, living with my mom part-time as we take care of my aging father. I'm also a mindfulness enthusiast, navigating the crazy life changes of midlife. In today's episode, you'll discover why sandwich generation caregiving creates such unique loneliness and how it's different from other life challenges your friends might not understand. You'll learn practical strategies for staying connected with friends even when your realities feel worlds apart. And you'll practice mantras that help you navigate social moments without feeling like you have to choose between authentic sharing and overwhelming others. Because this season is temporary, but your connections don't have to be. Let's dive in. The loneliness that comes with sandwich generation caregiving hits differently than other kinds of isolation. When your friends are dealing with teenagers, college applications, and weekend soccer games, and you're managing nursing home issues, medical appointments, the gap between your realities can feel so far apart. I'll be honest with you, I've tensed up when friends ask those simple and well-meaning questions like, "How are you? How's your dad?" Because part of me wants to share what's really happening, but I don't want to burst out with the latest assisted living crisis or bring down what should be a light and connecting conversation. Maybe you've experienced something similar. Maybe you found yourself avoiding social gatherings because you're tired of either deflecting questions or watching friends' faces change when you share the reality of your parents' decline. Maybe you've noticed some friends have even stopped asking altogether, and that feels even more isolating. What makes sandwich generation loneliness particularly challenging is that you're dealing with what I call small T trauma, those daily moments of distress that are hard to explain to someone who hasn't been there. Watching your parents struggle with tasks they used to do so easily, managing their confusion or resistance to help, coordinating care while trying to preserve their dignity, all on top of running a household and going to work. And then there's the practical reality. When you have to leave gatherings early because you need to visit your parent, or your weekends are consumed juggling kids' activities and check-ins with your parents. Your schedule becomes a constant balancing act that friends without aging parent responsibilities simply they can't relate to. These moments accumulate, and caregiving in the sandwich generation can feel like you're on an island by yourself. But the key is not to set up a permanent camp on this island. It's to build bridges back to the connections while honoring the reality of where you are at right now. Understanding why caregiving naturally creates isolation can help you stop blaming yourself for the disconnection you're experiencing. First, there's the schedule reality. You're managing your kids' school activities, sports schedules, and social needs while also making time for parent visits, medical appointments, caregiving tasks that often happen on the weekends when you normally would socialize with your friends and hang out with them. Second, you're navigating fundamentally different life stages. While your friends are focused on launching their teenagers into independence, you're managing your parents' increasing dependence. While they're planning family vacations, you're researching memory care facilities. The life experiences that typically bond friendships, shared challenges, and celebrations start to diverge. Finally, many friends feel uncomfortable engaging with aging parent topics because it triggers anxiety about their own parents' future needs. Some avoid asking because they don't want to upset you, while others don't know how to respond helpfully to caregiving stress. This isn't anyone's fault. It's a natural consequence of life circumstances that create different emotional and practical realities. Understanding this can help you approach the loneliness as something to navigate rather than something that defines the season of your life. Let's talk about specific ways that have helped me maintain meaningful connections while still honoring my caregiving reality. Strategy number one, this is for pre-social processing. So before any social gatherings or friend meetups, spend 10 to 15 minutes doing a brain dump through journaling or even voice notes. I did this recently before going to my friend's barbecue. That morning, I had a distressing moment with my dad. It really actually scared me. Everything turned out to be okay with him, but the little tea moment I experienced, I did not want to bring that with me to this party in all its glory. So I wrote about it in my journal. It was very cathartic and allowed me to get all the emotions out. I also find voice notes just as impactful. I always end my journaling or talking session with thanks for letting me share, even though it's only to myself. It just gives some closure to the moment properly for me. Getting all the caregiving stress, frustrations, and updates out of your system beforehand, this prevents social time from becoming an emotional dump session and helps you engage more authentically without overwhelming others. Strategy number two, this is how you can reframe your response to those "how are you?" questions. So instead of dreading these questions, prepare a response that acknowledges your reality without derailing the conversation. You can try something like, "Thanks for asking. Caregiving is challenging, but you know what? This week I learned," and then share something you learn positive about yourself or about your parent or something interesting about the whole process. When I've taken this approach, it gives friends something meaningful to engage with while redirecting the conversation towards growth rather than problems. It's honest without being overwhelming. And strategy number three, setting intentional social boundaries. So there will be some days where you just do not want to talk about what's going on in your life. So you have to be explicit about what you want to talk about. You might want to say, "I can't deal with parent stuff today, but I'd love to hear about your kids' college visits." Or, "Let's make this a parent-free zone today. I need a break from all the caregiving drama." Friends often want to support you, but don't know how. Giving them a clear guidance about what you need at the moment can help them understand you and the situation better. Remember, the goal isn't to pretend your caregiving reality doesn't exist. It's to maintain connections that nourish other parts of who you are beyond your role as a caregiver. With that being said, let's practice mantras that help you stay grounded and connected with others so you don't feel like you're floating away on an island by yourself. Find a comfortable position where you won't be disturbed and take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale slowly all out through your mouth, releasing any anxiety you're carrying about loneliness or social connections. Take another deep breath in and let all the air out through your mouth, letting go any pressure to be perfect in this moment. I'll repeat each mantra twice. The first time is a chance for you to listen to it. The second is your chance to repeat it out loud to make a connection. So let's begin. I belong in my friendships, even when our realities differ. I belong in my friendships, even when our realities differ. I choose connection over perfection in every conversation. I choose connection over perfection in every conversation. I can be real without being heavy. I can be real without being heavy. This season is stretching me, not separating me from love. This season is stretching me, not separating me from love. I deserve connection, and I'm worthy of seeking it out. I deserve connection, and I'm worthy of seeking it out. I can honor my journey without walking it alone. I can honor my journey without walking it alone. Take one final deep breath in and let all the air out. Feeling these mantras settling into your system, and use them as tools, as a way to make connections more effortless and meaningful. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes if you had them closed, and place your hand over your heart to help seal this moment in with self-love and care. You just practice tools for navigating the loneliness that naturally comes with the sandwich generation caregiving. These strategies aren't about pretending your reality is different. They're about maintaining connections while honoring both your caregiving responsibilities and your need for friendship and connection. Choose one of the navigation strategies that we practice. Maybe it's the pre-social processing before your next meetup, or try the new response approach when someone asks you about your parent. Notice how it feels to engage with friends from a more intentional place. Remember, loneliness during this season is a natural response to genuinely isolating circumstances. The goal isn't to eliminate all feelings of disconnection, but to prevent temporary isolation from being permanent withdrawal. If you're looking for more ways to connect during this season, I'd love for you to join our Oh Hello Midlife newsletter community. Honestly, the newsletter I wish I had when I first entered the sandwich generation. I share mindfulness practices designed specifically for moms juggling kids and aging parents, plus the real stories of how I've navigated the struggles of the season, living with my mom, and helping take care of my dad. Everything I create in this newsletter is created with one question in mind. What did I need when I felt like this? Because sometimes you need to hear from someone who's been there. I'll drop the sign-up link in the show notes. And as a thank you for joining, you'll receive a 10-minute calm kit for sandwich generation moms. This is the ideal playlist I wish I had when I first entered into the season. It includes 3 episodes for your morning, midday, and night. The morning meditation is to ground you before the day's demands. The midday mantras helps you reset whenever you're feeling pulled in so many different directions. And the bedtime visualization is the release from the day to help you get ready for bed and also to give you a little bit of fun imagination playtime right before you go to sleep. It's the perfect way to let mindfulness guide you through the season, even when you only have a few minutes to spare. This caregiving season will evolve. The effort you put into maintaining connections now will pay in dividends long after your parents' needs change. You're not just preserving relationships, you're preserving parts of yourself that exist beyond this caregiving season. Thank you for spending this time and space with me, and more importantly, thank yourself for choosing to show up for yourself. Because every moment you dedicate to being mindful is a step towards a more fulfilled and vibrant life. Keep embracing your midlife journey with an open heart, and remember, you're not alone in this. I look forward to our next mindful gathering. I'll talk to you soon. Before you go, I want to remind you that I'm not a licensed therapist, a counselor, or a medical professional. Everything I share on this podcast comes from my own personal experience navigating the sandwich generation and my own journey with mindfulness practices. This content is for educational and inspirational purposes only and shouldn't be considered medical or mental health advice. If you're experiencing persistent mental health symptoms, thoughts of self harm, or anything that's significantly interfering with your daily life, please reach out to a qualified mental health professional or your healthcare provider. They can give you the proper support and guidance you deserve. I'm simply a friend sharing what's worked for me as I navigate the crazy life changes of midlife, hoping it might help you too. Trust your instincts and always prioritize getting professional help whenever you need it.